Well, you can see that in the first half of 2021, the total amount of private investments into the internet economy in Southeast Asia has been 11.5 billion, which is a record. It's almost twice what we saw in the first half of 2020 and almost equal to what we saw in all of 2020. Now, this is happening for a number of reasons. I mean, clearly, the world is awash with liquidity and people are looking for growth opportunities in a zero interest rate world environment. But apart from that, actually, people have been really impressed by the resilience of this sector during COVID and, as Stephanie said, the resurgence we've seen in the last 1 year. So this is very exciting. Apart from the four main areas that Stephanie spoke about, I mean, two other areas which are seeing a lot of capital coming in. One is digital financial services, and then some new nascent areas like healthcare and health tech services like you talked about. But e-commerce, and within e-commerce, I think we're seeing a lot of money move into logistics because that's something which is really driving the e-commerce economy out here. And marketplaces too, but it's not just the traditional horizontal marketplaces, but now a number of vertical marketplaces in areas like, property, cars, etc. So very exciting. And then the final point I'd make is that in the past, it was really private capital coming to these opportunities. For the first time this year, we're seeing many of these companies in a position to tap the public markets. And we've got three of them that have announced mergers with SPACs, which will be listed in the US in the next 3 months. We've got Bukalapak, which had a very successful IPO in Indonesia. We've got other companies with planned local listings here. So I think you're going to see a lot more excitement both in the public and the private markets, given the potential of the internet economy here.
Right. From an investment point of view, how do you discern an attractive investment? Because you were just mentioning Bukalapak there, Rohit, and we know that, of course, since listing, the stock has come off significantly. There's been a big shift in parts of Southeast Asia to move away from, of course, SPAC listings and list on local markets instead. From an investment perspective, though, how do you marry up which company you want to get into when you look ahead at the potential for companies to list and go public down the track?
Well, I guess there are a couple of things. One is you've got to look at the segment that they're playing in. What is the size of the opportunity and therefore how big can they become? Secondly, of course, you've got to look at their traction, to in sense of, the customer traction, traction in terms of repeat purchases, how much are they spending to acquire those customers? And I think lastly, as companies mature, you're looking to see there's not just customer traction, but there's a viable business model behind it. I think that's very critical, particularly when people are approaching the public markets, to show that you have a sustainable business model, even though you may be burning money right now because of hypergrowth.